the juice bars and being able to maintain the lifestyle is just amazing. Denver was just, we're lacking in some of those areas, so being here is wonderful. And I guess as far as raw foods go, I started incorporating raw foods into what I do daily, and it's been about 2.5 years now. And before that, I was, heavy meat eater, starchy carbohydrates, just a real sad American diet, I guess you could say. It worked at the time, but my health was not very good. What I thought was right, just over the last 2.5 years, I've learned, and I've seen the difference from coming off of the heavy meat and the starchy carbohydrates to the more raw diet. It totally changed everything. My health, high blood pressure has gone down. Kidney weakness has actually improved. It was borderline heart disease, and that's now starting to, everything's going away. And I've started doing juicing. I juice every day. Starting to incorporate some of the raw food meals that I'm learning about. I'm still learning a whole lot. So starting to incorporate some of the raw food meals and juice them together, and my health is just starting to improve dramatically. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. I've never done this before, so I'm trying to get a train of thought going here on where I'm going. But I guess raw foods are just for me, it's just totally changed my life.
Hey, Ian.
Yes.
Where do you get your protein?
That's a good question. I'm sure that's what everybody wants to know. Really, that's the first thing I actually get asked a lot, because I do work out. I'm a personal trainer, and I have quite a few clients. That's the one thing they ask is like, well, how do you maintain a raw food diet and be able to maintain any kind of muscle mass at all? Because most people think that if you're a raw vegan, that you're just you don't have the ability to be able to build good lean muscle. And I'm here to tell you that you definitely can, because what you're looking for is the amino acids from the leafy greens. That's what you're using to really to build up and build the muscles. So what I do personally, if anybody's interested in in keeping or putting on lean muscle, I would say that eating your leafy greens like kale and spinach, you can use like bok choy, and there's just so many great options that you can use. And I either have them on a salad or I'll juice them, and I'll usually do that before and after a workout. So raw foods you can definitely be able to maintain or build muscle. So I think there are some myths out there. I think some people think you have to have the whey proteins and you have to have the heavy meat consumption in order to do it. It's not true. I'm here to tell you. Does anybody have any kind of questions on raw food that I can maybe answer?
Not about raw food, but do you crave your old diet or any part of it anymore?
I do go through ups and downs, but I find that in Denver, for us, it's we really have to hunt down the good foods, the good food sources. So there'll be times where I kind of go through some cravings, but I find that if I keep good food available, whether it's a banana, even bananas, they just help so much when you're just going through a craving of sugar or something like that. Just reaching for a banana or an orange or something is a good alternative. So I do still get them from time to time, but I'm able to keep consistent by keeping juice available or keeping bananas or oranges or something. So good question. Tofu? I haven't really dug into tofu too much. I keep it. What I do personally is just real simple, like salads and leafy greens. I love juicing because it does take a little bit to prepare. to wash the produce and prepare everything, but you can make enough juice in one juicing to last you for up to 48 hours. And you can use a lemon or a lime or some sort of citrus to preserve it. And so, I'll use that as a good alternative, to be able to just kind of fill up. But tofu is, it's all in preparation, I think, with the tofu. I think.
The nice thing about tofu is that you can infuse it with a lot of different flavors.
Yeah, it's very, you can do a lot of different things with it. It's all about the preparation, I think.
It's definitely not raw.
No.
Yeah, so that's a good question. I've never actually,
That's protein.
yeah, I think it's more of a soy-based protein, which, you can, for me, over the last 2.5 years, I've really tried to simplify, what I eat rather than going more like, we had a dinner last night at a lot of raw food. It was more of a gourmet raw food. I've never had anything like it. And it was amazing. But I've never had anything so elegant, and so good. I always just, for salad, just keep it so simple. Just a few vegetables on there, nothing too complex or too over the top. It's just a real simple apple cider vinegar dressing with like some lemon or some orange, some avocado. Just blend that up and make that as a dressing. Just really simple. And so going to the gourmet restaurant last night, it was just like, whoa! I've never seen some of that stuff before. And some of the desserts were just amazing.
What would one of your shakes consist of?
For like a green drink.
Yeah.
I love kale, and I usually use a base of like celery, cucumber, to create the base there, and then I'll go in with a green, whether it be chard or I'll use kale. I always use a lemon or lime to keep it from oxidizing, try to preserve it, and then I'll put in usually go with a few apples to sweeten it up, or pear. And then you can kind of mix in some ingredients like carrots or I love the herbs. So parsley is usually a staple of every drink that I personally make. I just find it just gives it some good flavor, and I love the benefits of parsley. So parsley, celery, cucumbers, apples, kale or chard, some sort of
water.
And I don't use any water. If anything, I'll use coconut water. I love coconut water. They kind of yields more juice, it can just give you more throughout the day. And coconut water is so hydrating, and you get a lot of, I think coconuts carry medium chain triglycerides, which is a fat that's, is burned as energy. So I like to add that in too. Another thing, two other little items I like is ginger, just fresh ginger root, and also turmeric. And that's also a great addition. Some really good health benefits there.
Cilantro is another good one to add in,
Yeah.
both for taste and it's very detoxifying. Takes some metals out of the body.
Yeah, cilantro is excellent. And maybe you start out with just a little bit of everything, just to kind of get used to the flavor, because it's really strong. But yeah, it's an amazing detoxifier for the metals. Very good.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Absolutely.
And,
Thank you guys.
Yeah.